Welcome back to Machine Needle Felting. What's new, what's possible on the YouTube channel. Today I would like to present you with my new book, Machine Needle Felting Fiber Impression. In this book you will find 9 new patterns, including some experiments that I have done. Continuously I get the same questions during classes and also during lectures to see what else can be machine needle felted. So I created a section in this book that shows some of these experiments that I have made to just show you and also describe them of what the reactions are from these experiments. And today I would like to demonstrate just a few of them that are in the book. I'm going to work with roving, and I'm certain that many of you have raw fibers such as these. And you can create your pattern pieces out of the raw wool. For those who have a lot of roving and don't know what to do with it, but this would give you an idea. So you don't particularly have the wet felt, you can also do it right onto the felting machine by taking these roving pieces right underneath the machine. Can you tell the difference right here? Look at this already. Just by going over it once. And if you find the piece is too thin, you simply can fold it over. So I'm going to go a little bit more, and you can see the difference in just a second here, a couple of seconds. Okay, let me just show you right here. Here you can tell where I have felted and where it's nice and loose right here, but this is felted. You can see also in the back right here. Now this is rather thin, yet if I hold it up I can kind of sort of see through it. So what I want to do, because it's thin, I'm just simply going to fold it over. And you can tell when you machine felt it that you will get a nice heavy weight fabric out of it. You can literally create a background fabric for your project, or you can take this color, this fiber, and now cut your pattern pieces out of it and then place them onto the background that you chose for your project. So I'm going to do just a little bit right here to show you. These are some of the questions that I get all the time. Well, what about roving? What about raw wool? What will it do? Do I have to wet felt it? I don't want to wet felt it. It's too much work. Or it hurts my hands. Now this will not hurt your hands. So just this little bit, I want to show you the difference in here. And it's all adhered together. Look at it. It's a wonderful background right here. It's very smooth. And you can see where it's loose here, and I left this on purpose so you can see. Well, now you could go ahead and you could, I'm going to cut out the heart here if I can manage to do this. Let me just see. Over here. See if I'm a lousy cutter here, doing it freehand, but kind of giving you an idea. Here we go. Oh, I'm missing the tip, but you kind of can see what I mean. Could even use it on the. So just for quick show and tell, I'm going to show you how I have a piece of denim right here and I already have a height up, but I'm going to felt this piece right onto here, and this will be a wonderful little experiment for you. And I'm going to felt this. Now, if you following the patterns from my book, you could take the patterns, trace them on the freezer paper, iron it onto the felted raw wool, and then cut them out and apply just like you normally would with the instructions from the book on any kind of wool felt that I'm using. But I want to show you how wonderful this maintains its color, and also what the back will look like. So this is wool onto denim. You cannot machine felt denim onto denim. It simply will just fray it. The same thing with cotton onto cotton. You do have to have something fibrous in order to hold the pieces together. So in this very short time, I'm going to show you now what the back will look like. So here we go. And the back starts like this. Now in here I can tell where I haven't felted enough. If I felt enough, I can probably get enough of the image out of here. This will look really nice when I have a lighter, another color background. Not, for instance, not denim, but maybe if I would have a lighter colored wool or fabric, that would look nicer with that. But this is what the front is, and it's down. It's, I mean, I will have to really work hard on it to and you can kind of see where the fiber adhered. I don't know if you can tell. And now we're moving on to the next experiment. I'm really excited to show you that next step. For a fun project, I went to Bed Bath & Beyond and also to Michael's, and I have found some of these synthetic wool felt cutout pieces. So this, I think this was like a runner, but it's synthetic felt and it's quite heavy. But I just wanted to try out to see if this works and cut these pieces apart. So I have a couple of these individual pieces that I cut from here. You have to just watch out. Sometimes there's glue on it and you don't want to use the area with the glue because your needles will break. All right, let's give it a shot. Can't more than kill it is my motto. Going right for it, diving in. You can hear that the needles have to work a little bit harder. You will have to go slow. Keep the speed, and you can see I really have the speed. You don't want to so that it rattles like crazy, but you do want to keep the speed and move it slow so the needles can do their job. Because they have to go through several layers. Just show you. This is really, really cool. I'm having a lot of fun because the opportunity is that you don't have to cut anything out. It's already there, so why not use these pieces to create your project? Sometimes you can find them for $1 or so. I'm going to do a little bit more because I won't be able to do the whole thing. It will take too much time, but you will get the gist of what I'm trying to show you. You still can shade these areas in to make them more interesting, so it's not just the yellow onto red, but maybe you can add a little bit orange to the tips of the leaves to give them more a fall look. It's always amazing to me what these little machines can do, and that would also be a great idea for children, that the piece is already cut out and they can make a finished piece like a little coaster. Alrighty, here we go. Let's take a look. You can definitely see where the pock marks are from the needles, and this is what the back looks. Take a look at that. And that is onto corduroy. So if I'm trying to peel this, you can see where the fibers are pulling from here, but it gets really hard now because they really have adhered to the back. And this is a fantastic idea. So here I did a couple other experiments with it. I found this here. This was like a piece from a holly circle, and I just cut it out in here, played around with the brown to see what it would look like with the brown. I was really amazed how thick that came out and how much in a little time I was able to get these results. All right, so showing you this, I'm hoping you're having fun with that, and we'll continue with the other one. I tried to machine felt the doily onto denim, and it didn't really hold very well. This here is corduroy and it's loose. So I want to show you what it will look like when you machine felt this. Okay, we'll see if we break some needle or maybe not. We might be lucky. Sometimes you just gotta go for it. And you can hear the crunching of the needle, crunch, crunch, crunch. And that's because they have to work harder to get past all the threads. It's a very different fabric. And I'm also working on a wider corduroy. Okay. I'm going to take this off and I want to show you. It looks like it's on. This is what the back looks. There's really not a lot of fiber because it has no fiber, and that's why with machine needle felting you need something fibrous. I can probably pull this. You can see that the fiber wants to adhere, but it really doesn't stick. Now, how can you make it stick? Well, one of the things that I found out is that if you simply put a piece of wool fabric in here, I'm going to cut a little piece. And I'm going to stick it right in here. So you could do a different color, you know, red, yellow, green, whatever, or a bigger piece would even maybe be better yet. And I'm going to machine felt this in place. You want to have the speed. Don't go too slow because you're going to end up breaking needles. Now, because I have wool in here, and you can probably cut it much nicer, it has something to bond with the background fabric. So I did quite a bit. Let me show you. Okay, Okay, here we go. Now it's actually not too bad. You could use this for like a little votive candle or a little coaster. And here's the back. Now it had something to bond, and you can see the fiber that has come through from the wool fabric. You can also use roving or knitting yarn. So let me just see what would happen if I'm trying to pull this off. It's harder to work with. I can, but it's harder to work with. So if I would maybe add another piece of wool to it, it'll be impossible to pull it off. Let me try another little piece to put on top of that, because more fiber gives more strength. I want to make sure that I have a lot of fiber on the other side to hold this tight. This is an idea to be more inventive with other items that you might have in your house, and you could make quick little gifts. Okay, now you can see it's kind of embossed, but most of that you can get out with an iron. And now I have a lot more fibers than before. And let me see what it will do when I'm peeling this off now. Okay, now I have to really pull hard. Now if I pull it off, I'll probably destroy it, so I'm going to leave it on because this is the bond I would want. So with this, I have tried to do simply just also the ends in here, and I had a piece of this nice little lace, and I thought, wow, I wonder what that will do. And it was exactly the same experience that I had with here. By not adding any roving or anything to it, it simply just came off onto denim. Now as soon as I laid down the roving, which is just a piece of roving, and I machine felted that, that was enough to hold it in place. I could have made it nicer by weaving it in and out. And again, this is just one of those little experiments that you have to try out when you have your machines. It doesn't matter what felting machine that you have, as long as it felts. That's what I'm concerned about. So you will have to kind of experiment with it a little bit. Take some needles out or leave some, or put more in, however you feel. The best thing is to go ahead and maybe sacrifice a few of those needles. Maybe this will give you an incentive to venture out into a different direction, and I think this will be a really fun experiment time for you. I'm hoping that you can get a great idea with these little experiments that I have of what you can all do with them. Would like to hear back from you. If you would like to send me a note on bearlycollectibles@hotmail.com. And again, just to kind of remind you, if you purchase the book through my website, I will send you a free DVD. Looking forward to hear from you. Good luck and lots of fun with machine needle felting.